Well, it is 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so we are going to get started. Thank you all very much for being here. Thank you for joining us on the encore presentation of Features versus Benefits webinar. This is part of a series of webinars that we're going to be doing. A lot of time, people that are out in the field, that are out in the dive centers, they say that one of their biggest struggles is number one, trying to sell today. Selling in 2016 is not the same as it was 10 years ago. Philosophies and mentalities and the whole buying process itself has changed. And one of the things that we wanted to offer our membership, even though this isn't closed to non-members either, if you are a instructor with another organization and you feel you can benefit from this presentation, you are more than welcome to attend. But what we wanted to do was we wanted to launch a series of different presentations via webinar so that it would help you have the tools and the knowledge that you needed to sell in today's market. Some of you may already be doing this and not even knowing it. A lot of it was the same with me. I took this class at the University of San Francisco, and I was like, I'm already kind of doing that, but I never really understood why I was doing it. So that is what our intention was. The last webinar that we had last week, I believe, I think Paul actually had one yesterday morning, was why become an instructor trainer. So we're going to be doing a number of these. They're all included in your memberships. You're welcome to stop by and listen to them and participate at the end if you'd like. So let's start with introductions. My name is Chris. I currently hold the position of Vice President of Sales for SDI, TDI, and ERDI, and I look over the North America region, South America region, Caribbean, and Central America. So the Americas, with the exception of Brazil. Brazil has its own regional office. If I am speaking too fast at any time, please just make a note of it and write it down in the questions. Sometimes I do tend to get a little excited and start rambling at a faster than normal speed. I do apologize for that. But I understand there are probably several people here that do not have English as a first language, and it may be a little bit more difficult. So please just ask me to slow down, and I would be more than happy to. If there is something that you do not understand, also please go back to the question box, and I will be happy to pause every now and then and read out some of the questions. Everyone is muted. It simply makes the webinar go a lot easier when you don't have background noise from 50 people, children, cars. Some people may be listening from a phone, in their vehicle. So everyone is muted. So as mentioned, please use the question box and let us know what your comments are. Um, Thank you, Marco. Good, good. Uh, it's not a very long webinar. It's about 25 minutes. We don't want to bombard you with information, but really just get down to the facts on some things and some tips that you could be doing differently. And as I said before, it will be recorded. It is being recorded right now, actually. So you will be able to download it if this benefits you to, use this with some of your staff or, use it with some instructors. People always say instructors have a hard time selling. It's just a matter of understanding how to do it and how the buyer wants to be approached. So let's go ahead and get started. Features versus benefits. Are you selling the right way? Well, what we want to cover is we want to know what is the difference between features and benefits. Understanding that difference will allow you to put in process a better sales pitch or a better marketing plan. We want to talk about some problems that people have that they're not even aware of when they're trying to market or promote a product. So we want to cover those and find out what you could tweak and how you should look at things, what perspective you should use when you're marketing a program, a course, or a mask, whatever it may be that you're selling. We want to understand what people want. Without knowing what people want, we're basically just selling to ourselves. And that is a very, very big mistake. We want to basically talk about the importance of the question, so what? The importance of the so what question is how you can shift your philosophy when you're creating a sales pitch. And then we're going to just talk about how we can apply some of these things using SDI as an example. A lot of people say, how do I sell the SDI program over some of the other programs? And what we'll do is we'll use the examples of features and benefits and just apply them to something that we're all a part of here, which is our organization. So let's start with understanding what is a feature. Well, if you Google feature, the definition that comes out is a distinctive attribute or aspect of something. It's a characteristic. It's something that describes an object. That is a feature. Okay. And though features may be impressive, features may call the attention, it speaks one language, and it speaks the language of the people that understand what those features are. If you don't speak that language, they really don't mean that much to you. So here we have an example of the Acme Tycon 12. It's a fictional piece of machinery, but the selling features for this fictional piece of machinery is that it has 300 gigabytes of space. It has a 1.7 gigahertz processor. I don't even know what that means. Now, it sounds really impressive. And someone that may speak that same language may look at that and say, good. But for the most part, someone who wants to buy something is going to look at that and really say, how does that benefit me? How do I basically have a better upgrade of my current lifestyle with this product? What does that do for me? And you see up there in the top left corner, it's asking the question, so what? So even though features may be cool, it's got 300 gigabytes of space and 1.7 gigabytes of a processor, it's not what your consumer is looking for. They don't want these features. They don't want to be sold features. What they want is for you to make their life easier. What they want is for you to make their life better. What they want for you is to improve what they are already doing. So, a nice quote over here: prospects don't want features, they want you to change their lives for the better. So, even though features are impressive, if you don't speak the language, it does nothing for you. What you want to do is you want to sell the benefit of the feature. So we talked about having 300 gigabytes of space. Well, what does that do? Well, has enough space for 75,000 songs. Wow, that is cool. That is something that actually means something to me, because now I can look at this and put it in perspective, and I can say, 75,000 songs, I can put my whole music library on this computer, and next time I fly to LA on that 6 hour flight, I can hear whatever I want. I can put movies there, I can put TV shows. So, wow, that means something to me. I understand that. I didn't understand what that feature meant, but I understand the benefit. Our Acme Tycon 12 is our fastest ever, making browsing a cinch. That is important to me. That means something to me. That is going to make my life easier because I like having multiple browsers open. Sometimes I'm working with our database, sometimes I'm working with accounting software, and sometimes, I'm just trying to multitask and I've got way too many applications open, and I get this little message that says not responding or non-responsive, and it's horrible. So are you telling me that this is going to make things easier because it has all this capacity? Yes, it is. So that is basically what we're looking for. We're looking to sell a benefit. And what is a benefit? Benefit is an advantage or profit gained from something. So that is what you want to put most of your focus on. You don't want to sell a feature that's not interesting, and it's also not necessarily what people are looking for. So a feature is what something is. As we said earlier, it's a description, but a benefit is what something does. So Apple did a really great job on separating the two when they started their marketing campaign for a lot of their Apple products, but primarily for the iPad. And here's a very good example of it: storage for 1 gigabyte of MP3s versus 1,000 songs in your pocket. What is going to impress you? What is going to benefit you? Is it going to be storage for 1 gigabyte? Okay, that's fantastic, but so what? 1,000 songs in your pocket, that's cool. I can take this thing jogging. That's awesome. I can take it to the beach and lay out in the sun and hear my music. That means something to me. That speaks my language. So applying it to scuba diving, here's a single lens mask. Now that is a feature of the mask that you're looking at. But what does it do for me? Well, it gives me an unobstructive view of the underwater world. Okay, that's what I want. I want to be able to go diving and tilt my head and not have that little bar there up in the nose. I want unobstructed view. That's what I want. That's what I'm looking for. Fantastic. The problem with marketing that we see very often is that developers are trying to say something and they're trying to sell their language, and we don't speak it. The consumers just don't understand it. And sometimes you get caught in it. And if you're a business owner, if you're someone in charge of providing the sales pitch that you're going to give to your potential customers, you kind of get lost in it for a little bit. You have all these intricate and complicated features like this bed here has titanium screws and the wood is from blah blah. Yeah, that's what I want. I want to sleep well. I want to have a good night's sleep. I want to wake up feeling refreshed. I don't want my back to hurt, and I want to know this bed is going to last. That's what a consumer wants. So try to stay away from what you're actually trying to sell as far as these hard features, and tell them what it's going to do for them. What are they going to get out of this product? Um, I read this really great quote, and it went something like, uh, "People don't want to buy a quarter-inch drill. People want a hole in their wall." And it just kind of made sense. People don't buy things to have things, at least for the most part. They buy things because it's going to do something for them. It's going to enhance their already existing life, whether it's, to make things easier or make it more complicated. So, several examples is people don't want to buy a smart TV. They really don't. What they want is they want to watch Netflix without having to plug in a whole bunch of consoles. That's what they're looking for. People don't want to buy a cookbook. What they want is they want to host their friends and have them over and prepare dinner and then have a good time, have some wine. That's what people are looking for. When people go into your store, they really don't want to buy a scuba diving course. They want to go out and they want to dive with cool fish. They want to share it on social media. They want to do something that they are already doing. That is what they're looking for. So you have to understand what people want. And a very easy way is to separate the two. Phrases. Here's what our product could do, and here's what you can do with our product. I know it sounds very similar. It sounds almost identical, but it's very, very different. One of them is what this inanimate object does on its own. The other one is how it's going to help you, how it's going to assist you, what you are going to be able to do with it. So I'm not sure how many people know this, but we have a chat feature on our website where anyone can go and talk to one of our staff members, one of our instructors, and they can ask for numerous things. They can ask for uh, lost a replacement card, or I need to register. Can you make sure I have signed up for this class? It's basically open to everyone, members and non-members alike. Well, we just added the chat feature to extend it with the instructors. So if someone's taking an e-learning course, they now have access to talk with an instructor. How's that a benefit? So we have a chat feature. Oh, great. So what? We have a chat feature where now your students can talk to one of our instructors. So if they're struggling with their e-learning course, they can connect with an SDI instructor. And then you get the transcript. That pretty much makes your life a lot of easier. And you've just added a staff member to your store. So it's all about how you say things. Ask yourself, so what? If you're ever giving a sales pitch to someone, you're talking about a BCD or a set of fins or whatever it is that you are trying to sell to your customer, if they're starting to look at you with, glazed over eyes and they're about to walk away, ask yourself, so what? Ask it out loud if you want. Tell your customer, say, look, and you may be asking yourself, so what? The so what question applies to selling anything, any industry. It doesn't have to just be scuba diving. Um, our doors have strong hinges. So what? So they won't bend when the door slams shut 1,000 times. Our regulators have an overbalanced design. Now you're asking yourself, so what? Correct? Yes. So they breathe amazingly easy. So if you're ever struggling and you feel like you're not getting the message across or they're not understanding it, just ask yourself, so what? Put yourself in their shoes. How will their life be better, easier, much more fun with my product or service? Why will they want to tell their friends about my company? As you know, most people that have a fantastic experience want to share that. Oh, you're going to go to this restaurant? I recommend you go here instead. Will they justify this purchase to themselves or their spouse? If you've been able to do these things by incorporating those messages into your market, you're going to find that you're a lot more successful in your sales. Whether that sale is done online, whether that sale is done by having someone come up to someone and say, I need you to tell me about this product. But beware, don't just make things all grand and fantastic without being able to back it up. You have to have features that back up what you're selling. Consumers are not idiots. Consumers like to go online. We all do. We're all consumers. We do our research first. We want to make sure that we are, finding the right direction that we want to go. As a matter of fact, 70% of all sales are done without even talking to a salesperson. So when they do talk to a salesperson, they don't want to be sold. They want to buy something, but they don't want to be sold. They'll have questions and they want to have those answers. So don't sell them something that your product can't back up. Don't lose their trust. I say this a lot. It's very easy. It takes about 5 seconds to lose someone's trust, but you have to gain it every single day. And when you're in the position of sales, you have to make sure that you're selling them what you're telling them you're selling them. So the features have to back up those benefits that you're selling them. Otherwise, they're going to walk away and they're going to go find someone else. So how can we apply this to selling in SDI programs? And I chose this because it's something that it seems like a lot of people struggle with. But when you want to apply the whole distinction between features versus benefits, you can just use the open water program. It's a flexible course. Well, so what? Well, basically what that means is that you can have an almost customized experience based on what your needs are as a diver. Really? Yes. So if you have problems clearing a mask, we can skip that and we can do something else. Basically, it's not a cookie cutter course. So having a flexible course will actually make your experience a lot more fun, a lot less like seem like work. It'll be a much more friendly user experience. And it's a class. No one likes taking classes. No one likes being judged. No one likes having to take exams. So this will give one element that some of our competitors may not be able to offer. Wow, that's fantastic. That is for me. I want to take that. Okay, our course is also more affordable. Oh, all right. Well, that's great. Well, you were looking at that, high-end computer on the wall because you have now a better price break and a better savings on the course itself. You can now afford that dive computer. So that's fantastic. That means something to me. That really, you know, shifts my head and says, okay, where do I pay? Here's my credit card. The course is globally recognized and you can dive in the most incredible places in the world. A lot of people ask, where is this C card, recognized? Where can I go diving? So they're not just buying a C card so they can dive locally. You are actually giving them a license to dive anywhere they want to go. You want to go and experience the hammerhead sharks in Coco Islands or the blue corner in Palau. You have this license which allows you to do that. And on top of that, we have an in-store C card printing machine right here in our store. Okay, so, so that means you're not going to have to wait 3 to 6 weeks for you to get your C card. We can give it to you right now after you're done with your class, and you can go diving tomorrow with your actual C card instead of diving with a cardboard thing. So these are some ways that you could apply how you sell a benefit over feature, just with using the open water course as an example. It's not that difficult. Remember, ask the so what question. That's really the easiest way to do it. So as I mentioned, these are pretty short webinars. We just wanted to get the message across. Most important thing is know the difference between features and benefits. You cannot apply this philosophy if you can't distinguish the two. So remember, the features is what something does. Benefits is what it can do for you. All right. Problems in marketing. I would suggest everyone, while this is still kind of fresh in your head, to look at your website. Look at some of the emails that you're sending out. Walk around your store floor and look at some of the ads or labels that you have, or talk to one of your uh, staff members that is not having the success that you'd like him to have with the sales, and say, give me your sales pitch, sell me this product, and see if you can make those changes, if you can put in those little um, changes in the sales philosophy to make the customer buying experience a better experience. Understand what people want. It's always better just putting yourself on the other side of the counter and saying, this is what they're looking for. They want a mask, but they don't want to know all these incredible details. They want to know how these incredible details are going to benefit them. Find out what they want. Uh, they say that the best salesperson is the salesperson that asks questions, not the one that talks. Um, Again, asking yourself the so what question, and this is a good type of exercise that not only you can apply, but you can tell your staff members, you can tell your fellow instructors, hey, look, when you think that things may not going as well as they should be during a sale, ask yourself the so what question. Either ask it in your head or ask it out loud, and then give the answer to the diver, and they'll be like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. And then, like I said, we gave some examples with the SCI open water program. So that is all I have. Thanks again for joining me on this quick webinar. Like I said, we expect to have numerous sales and marketing webinars throughout the year, maybe about two a month. And I'm really, really interested in hearing your feedback. I'd like to know if this benefited you at all. I'd like to know what you'd like to see from us, something that would help you increase your business, whether it's sales, whether it's marketing, whether it's teaching. Let us know. We'll put together a quick webinar, like 15, 20 minutes, and get everyone on board and cover them. Um, but I'll be around for about another 5, 10 minutes. So if anyone has any questions, please go ahead and just write them in the box. Thanks, Stuart. I appreciate it. Stuart, how does an independent instructor market himself without a store nearby? Well, my suggestion is with a website. Not only do you have to have a website, but you also have to have ensure that you have a good search engine optimization. Probably the most successful independent instructors that I see work in conjunction with a store. They pretty much bring in the customers. They get really great commission deals. Most of the successful examples have been that relationship between a local dive center and an instructor that has his own market out there. As I mentioned, for those of you that did come a little bit late, we will have this webinar recorded. It will be up on our website, and you can download it. And you can use it to give your team members, your staff, get together one afternoon, have some pizza, and cover some of these pointers. They all help. Believe me, they all help. Any way that you can find to sell will make the experience that the customer has a much better one, which hopefully will get them back into their store. I really meant it when I said that the a consumer does not want to be sold. They've done all their research. They go online, and when they walk into a store, they pretty much just have certain direct questions. They pretty much know what they want, and if you provide them with that information and it's pretty honest, then they will go ahead and just be an existing customer. Joe, um, yes, absolutely. My email for those that don't have it is on our website. It's chris.mertz@tdisdi.com. And if you do have any comments or questions and you want to reach out to me directly, you're more than happy to do that. So yes, Joe, please go ahead. And Tom, if any instructor in Northern Virginia is looking for a home, he has a home. Tom, what is your store? Remind us all. So Blue Water Scuba in Northern Virginia is looking for instructors. So if you are looking for a store to work with, whether it's full-time or part-time, Tom McKee is the person you want to reach, Blue Water Scuba in Northern Virginia. So you got a nice little plug there, Tom. 571-379-7000 is the number. So a question from Dan is, a question I hear is, how does a dive store compete with the online competition? Maybe an interesting topic for future topics. Yes, actually, I just wrote an article, and it came out today in the newsletter. You may see it on Facebook as well, but it's called How to Choose a Dive Center, and it does cover some of these topics from a consumer point of view, though. So yeah, this may be a really good topic to do as at the dealer level, Dan. That's absolutely something really good to consider. And we'll probably have Darren and James on board joining us, the marketing team. All right, and Joe is located in Colorado. And Joe, what is your facility? He's also looking to take individual instructors that do not have a home and are looking to teach out of a facility. Joe is looking for people to join his organization. Eagle Corp Scuba Training. Eagle Corp Scuba Training in Colorado. That's Joe Kruger. So if you are in Colorado and you're looking for a facility to work with, there is one there. We always want to hear from our members and know how we can do things to make things better for you, give you the tools that you need to be more successful in your business. As a reminder, those of you that are in Florida or are in Florida for training or for vacation, our new office is located right off of 95. So if you're driving up from Miami or Fort Lauderdale airports up to Cave Country, or if you're driving to Orlando to go to Disney World, we're just about 15 minutes off the freeway. And we'd love to have our members and non-members alike stop by and say hello. It's a great opportunity to meet everyone and meet the staff, meet the people that are answering the phones and taking care of everyone on a daily basis. So, as a reminder, if you are in the area, please go ahead and be sure and stop by. Alfieri, yes, if you could give me a call tomorrow, I will be happy to speak with you. If you want to set a time, you can just send me an email. I'll make sure that I have some time set for that discussion. Alfieri is one of our instructors in Chile. You're very welcome, Tim. All the best. Hope this was helpful for you. Don't forget, we'll also be having our first members update sometime in April, if I'm not mistaken. So pay attention to that. We'll have another. Oh, you're welcome, Pablo. We'll have another members update. I think we didn't have a lot of changes in standards last year, but we will have quite a few in this upcoming webinar. So keep your eyes open for that. Please make sure that you are subscribed to the newsletter. There's some really good information on there, but it also tells you when we're going to be doing these type of webinars and what new products we're launching. I don't want to give anything away, but we'll probably have two new products coming out, and we'll talk about that on the members update. But there's also some really great articles that you can share, and there are articles at every level: articles for divers, articles for professionals, something that helps everyone make good decisions. We really want to have the approach of just being out there and providing really good information without necessarily providing some kind of a sales pitch. So make sure you are subscribed to our newsletters. Check us out on Facebook. We always try to let people know what's going on with the company on Facebook. Whether it's taking Brian out for a scuba discovery dive so he can finally get his open water certification or whatever, or launching new products. I think we just had one where we had our new logbooks came in and we had a great cover picture of it. So make sure that you check us out on the social media angle as well. So everyone, that is my time. Thank you very much for attending. I'd really like to hear your comments. I'd really like to hear your feedback. I'd like to know if this was beneficial for you, because we want to continue doing these type of webinars. We want to continue putting out these little tidbits of information that may help you and your staff do a better job at selling in today's market, selling in the market in 2016. I know for a lot of us it's very difficult to change our ways, but it's not too complicated when you see how you can just put together a simple presentation of benefits and features and apply that to your sales pitch. So thank you all. Have a very good afternoon.